Alright, in this video I'm going to do 3 examples, I think, from each, from the pink packet and 3 examples from the blue packet. I'll grab 2 of these, don't need 2 of them. I'm just going to do an easy one, a hard one, medium, wow, okay. I'm going to do an easy problem, a medium problem, and a hard problem of each type of triangle, okay? So you've gotten the notes, you've seen my examples in class, and this is just in case you need some extra support if you're working at home or just stuck on how to do these. So you should have your cutouts, your triangle cutouts with you if you find them helpful. But I will start with problem 1, and problem 1 actually slipped in there. This one's not, I wouldn't classify this as an easy one, so I'll do it for you. But if you have your cutouts in front of you, you can line up your right angle with the triangle here, and your cutouts would say this is x, and this is x root 2, right? That's our like connection of the sides, between the sides. So I've been given x, so of course y is going to be the same thing. This is an isosceles right triangle, those two sides are the same. To get my hypotenuse, I'm going to multiply by root 2. So I'm taking 3 root 2 times root 2. Now when I multiply, I can combine the radicals, the two that are like the same. That gives me 3 square root of 4. And I don't want to stop there. The square root of 4 is just 2. So 3 times 2 equals 6. So my x here would equal 6. Okay? Now the first 12 are easy. Next 15 are medium. So let's go up to number 13. Alright, so again, these two sides are the same, and they're my x. This hypotenuse is my x root 2. That's how they are connected. So if I've been given the hypotenuse, if you look at your cases, for the special right triangle, if you've been given the hypotenuse, you're going to divide by root 2 to get the legs. So I have 2, and I'm dividing by root 2. Okay, now, you cannot leave your answer like this, right? So this is where that algebra that we've been working on the past week comes into play. So I'm going to change what my answer looks like by multiplying by square root of 2 over square root of 2. Remember, this is legal because this is really just a form of 1. So I get 2 root 2 over 2. Remember, when I multiply these, I get square root of 4, and that gives me 2. Now, of course, these will cancel out, and I'm left with root 2. So that would be both my x here and the y. They're both the same. Okay? Honestly, it doesn't really get much harder than that. I guess just some fractions and radicals and whatnot can be scary. So let's just do number 30. Okay, because actually 28 and 29 are like the ones I just did. So number 30, this is one of my legs. So that means the y is going to be the exact same thing. And to get my hypotenuse, if I've been given a leg, I need to multiply by root 2. So I'm going to do 7 root 2 over 2, and I'm multiplying by root 2. Now don't mess up this step with what I just did in the previous problem to change my answer. So if you're doing your work and you get an answer that has a radical in the denominator, you have to change what your answer looks like, okay? What I'm doing right here is just the math to get my hypotenuse. I'm taking 7 root 2 over 2, which is the leg, and I'm multiplying by root 2, okay? I'm not multiplying by root 2 over root 2, okay? Because I don't need to change this answer. I don't have a radical in the denominator. So if it helps, you can just write root 2 over 1, because when you multiply fractions, you're multiplying straight across. So I'm obviously going to get 2 on the bottom. On the top, I can combine these two because they're the same, so I get 7 times the square root of 4. Okay, now this answer still looks ugly, but the nice thing is we can keep going to simplify it. The square root of 4 equals 2, so the top of my fraction is just 7 times 2, or 14 over 2, which just equals 7. All of that work, and we get a nice answer of 7 for the hypotenuse. Okay? Alright, let's move to the blue packet. I will do an easy one, a medium one, and a hard one. So again, if you have your triangles in front of you, that is helpful. If you find them helpful, of course. If you line up your right angles here, on your triangles, we'll say this is x, this is 2x, and this is x root 3, right? That's how the sides of the triangles are connected. Okay, so if you're starting with the long leg or the hypotenuse, you have to get your x before you can get the other side. So I'm starting with the long leg, which is 5 root 3. If you look at your cases, if you start with the long leg, you have to divide by root 3 to get the short leg. Now 5 root 3 divided by root 3, well, that's great. They're just going to cancel out and I get 5. Right? So I get 5 for the short leg. Now if you have the short leg, you just have to double that to get your hypotenuse. 5 times 2 gives me 10. Okay? One of our easy examples. Let's move on to a medium one. So the first 10 are easy. So let's just go to number, let's do 12. We'll do 12. Alright, so again, I've been given my long leg. This is x root 3. This is my x. This is 2x. So if I'm starting with the long leg, I have to divide by root 3 to get my short leg. So I'm taking the square root of 6, dividing by the square root of 3. Okay? Now again, we can't leave our answer like this, so we have to change our answer. We have to rationalize our denominator. So this gives me the square root of 18 on top, over 3 on the bottom. If we simplify 18, 9 times 2. Hopefully you're getting so good at this, maybe you can just do it in your head. 3 root 2 over 3. Oh, look at that. The 3's cancel out. So I get the square root of 2 for my short leg. Okay? Now, once you have the short leg, if you want to get your hypotenuse, you're just going to double that and multiply by 2. So I get 2 root 2 for the hypotenuse. It doesn't become root 4 because I'm not multiplying by the square root of 2, just multiplying by 2. Okay? Alright, let's see if they get where the harder ones are at. So it said the first 10 are easy, the next 15, so that's up to 25. So number 26 is where... Okay, so let's just do 26. Alright, so starting with the hypotenuse, which is my 2x. So to get the short leg, I need to divide by 2. So 4 root 3 divided by 3, and I have to divide this by 2. Now, when you divide by a number, that's the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. So I can just think of this as multiplying by 1/2. So this is going to equal 4 root 3 divided by 6. And that just reduces to 2 root 3 divided by 3. Okay, so you can just take that 4 and cut it in half. That's all you're doing. So that's my short leg, 2 root 3 over 3. Now, with the short leg, you're multiplying by root 3 to get the long leg. So write it out. 2 root 3 over 3 times root 3. Okay, and like I said before, I'm not multiplying the top and the bottom. I'm not trying to rationalize the denominator, so write, over 1 if that's going to help you not make that mistake. So I get 2 root 3 times root 3 is just the square root of 9, which just equals 3. So the top is 2 times 3 over 3, and these are going to cancel out for a final lovely answer of 2 for the long leg. Okay? Alright, so I hope that helps. I know that this topic can be difficult and kind of overwhelming, but my advice is to just keep practicing. Do all the practice problems you can. Watch the video several times, and it will click. Thanks for watching.